right, so let's go ahead and get started.
Got it.
So, HATRIOT's been around a couple years now, and just kind of really taking shape lately with the new album and everything.
Right.
Kind of give us a background of how HATRIOT came to be and where it's going.
Actually, Nicholas was my drummer, my son. He was playing in another band, and he was playing a show in Modesto. And I seen this kid that played guitar in this other band that was playing with him. This band called Cranial Damage. The guitar player was Costa. And so I just, thought he was a really good showman, really good guitar player, and I just after getting to talk to him, he was telling me that was his last show with that band that he wanted to move on. So after talking to him for a while and getting his metal knowledge out of his head, seeing what he knew, him and I decided to see if we could do this again. We wrote The Fear Within and Mechanics, and I went and recorded them, and I didn't really play them for anybody. I just kind of played them I recorded a test in the studio. I let those guys hear it. Let the Exodus guys hear it. Let some friends of mine, Phil Demmel, other people that I trust in the business. They all say, man, this is killer. You should go for it. So that's where it kind of started. And it just ironically worked out that my children, both my boys, my son Cody, who plays bass, and my son Nicholas, who plays drums, actually happened to work out because they had to try out. Both of them had to try out. And they both did a really amazing job, and I was proud of it. So that's kind of how that kind of got into it. And then just over the years, Miguel wasn't the original guitar player. There was another guy named Drew Gage. But it's just how the bands is. The bands are, some people can take this life and some people can't. So as we've gone through our member changes and our solidified final lineup, we got signed to Massacre last year. In the summer, we already had the album ready to record. We went in with Juan Urtiega. We've done he did Enter the Locust, he helped on the Blackening, he did some stuff for Dark Reserves and Testament. He's done some good stuff from the Bay Area bands. And we went in with him in the studio and tried it, and we recorded it. And here we are, man. About 7 months later. It's been out for a month. It's been kicking ass.
Awesome.
So here we are.
There we go. So, what was it like kind of officially getting back in the saddle, so to speak, in the recording process? Did you do anything different this time around, or did you stick with, all the previous experience and knowledge that you'd already had?
Definitely stayed with the previous knowledge. I felt that works. I went with the Pleasures of the Flesh, the Fabulous Disaster, the Temple of the Dam approach. Anytime I recorded a record with Exodus, it was recorded started to finish. It was the way we recorded the drums, then a couple of weeks later we came back in and did guitars. We recorded one thing into the next. So I made sure that the rehearsals, the month before, everybody was well prepared and well ready to do this record.
Right.
So everybody was well prepared.
Nice.
The drum tracks in like 4 days. I think did all the rhythm tracks and all the guitars in like a day and a half.
Awesome.
Everybody was quite prepared to do this album.
Cool. So we're hoping, of course, there's some tour plans.
Yeah, so are we. You know what I mean? We've kind of been, there isn't really anything on the plate for us right now, so we're kind of like, we have a new record out, shouldn't we be on the road? So just to give you any good news, we are writing and actually going to the studio and recording the second HATRIOT record in July.
Okay, nice.
So, yeah, so we're not, wasting any time.
There we go.
I figured if we can't seem to get out on this record, then we're not saying that we're not good. You know what I mean? If
Right.
that way, we're definitely going to jump on it, but just out of the gate, there hasn't been nothing sitting there for us. To be honest with you, we're kind of like going, okay.
Right.
What do we do? I go, well, we guess we write another record. So we've already told Massacre, we already have the title of the album, and it'll be out next January. Just
Awesome.
so you know. So
there we go.
We're working very hard tomorrow. Actually, we shoot a video for Enter Children to be Damned.
Right.
I know that we're using 50 gallons of blood. It's going to be quite bloody, this video.
Nice.
But, what we've come up with.
So when do we get to see this video?
It's going to be soon. I mean, if we're shooting it tomorrow, we're not screwing around. It's for this album cycle, so probably in a couple of weeks.
Awesome.
So it'll be out as soon as, just check the website, YouTube, whatever. You'll know when it comes out.
Right.
It'll be on Blabby and all that kind of stuff. So we'll make sure, we've worked with this guy before. He did the Bloodstained Wings videos. He's worked with Machine Head, Testament, Mike Sloan. He's an amazing director.
Awesome.
He did Leonard Skinner's video. He's great director. And we love working with him. So tomorrow we have to go up in Northern California somewhere. We rented this winery out for the night. We start shooting at night because obviously it's a daytime. It's supposed to be like a castle-looking type winery.
Right.
For that Elizabeth Bathory type thing.
Awesome.
And I have 40 gallons of blood on stage, what do you call that, movie blood on order. So I know the video's going to be quite...
That'll work. So have there been any interesting stories that would be unique to the fact that you do have your sons in the band that have happened so far?
I don't think nothing so far. A couple of things is because Nicholas is only 19 and we've had to play some venues that are 21 and over, so that goes for the band. Like, when you play, they can go on stage, but until that point, they can't be in there.
Right.
So him and Miguel were sitting in the sound booth, kind of, where they spin the music, and I'm walking by the sound booth, and they're both like snickering this bullshit. Guys are playing in a major band with a record out. You should be happy. This isn't bullshit. I think this is funny. That's pretty much the only thing that's happened.
Nice.
We're waiting for that.
Sure, I'm sure something will come up.
I'm sure.
So one of the things our magazine also explores is the hobbies and interests of the fans. So we get into the movies and comic books and video games, all that kind of stuff. So when
not big into video games. Love horror movies though.
Nice.
Big time horror movies. I mean, I have horror tattooed all over me. Every shirt that I wear, T-shirt that I wear, every single day has either got Frankenstein or Bela Lugosi or the Mummy or something like that.
Right.
Some chain, some shit, some monster. Stuff. I love that kind of stuff.
Awesome.
So, I love horror movies. I don't know if they're horror movies, but I went and saw Jack the Giant Slayer and Oz both this week. I thought they were both great films.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, we thought Oz was pretty good.
That WonderCon, SuperCon type thing. Love that type of stuff.
Oh, for sure.
That pop culture shit.
Yeah.
So big fan of Dexter. Obviously, the Violent Times of My Dark Passenger is written about Dexter.
Nice.
Very much into that type of shit. And Shadows of the Buried. It's written about Dark Shadows, my favorite horror of all time. It's Barnabas Collins. So.
Oh yeah, that was awesome.
But the original one from the 60s.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
The actual series. I have all the episodes here.
Nice.
And I have a ton of memorabilia stuff that I have. But that's basically what I do. I love the Oakland Raiders. That's other than that, Oakland football. Of course, we're Americans. We love American football.
Well, yeah.
So it's just, other than that, you know what I mean? I mean, metal is my hobby. I love metal. I have an ACDC tribute band. I do just Bon Scott era where I have this guy, his name's Dave Chapman. He dresses up like Angus, and he does Angus fucking dead nuts.
Nice.
And we just do the Bon Scott. And Will Carroll from Death Angel is my drummer. And we play in clubs in the Bay Area. It's called ACDC.
Yes,
so,
yes.
Not too many hobbies. I just try to keep it with music.
For sure, yeah. That's always best. Gives us more to listen to.
Solid.
Yeah. So, from a perspective of writing the songs for the new album, did you have a lot of ideas and material just kind of left over from ever, or were these all new concepts?
Left over. I never keep anything like, I'm going to use this later. I always come up with new stuff.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? There's always new stuff that's always popping up. You know what I mean? That I come. All of the subjects and everything that was on Heroes of Origin are completely nothing that I kept from Exodus or anything from those days.
Right.
Patrol, anything like that. All written for the songs. You know, it goes to Armadaki. He writes all the music. This kid writes and arranges all the songs musically, and then he hands them to me, and I write the lyrics. It's
awesome.
Amazing. The kid's 24 fucking years old, and you hear the shit he's writing for the second record. And I mean, we look at Heroes as our Kill 'Em All, and we're writing fucking Ride the Lightning right now, big time. It's
awesome.
Really, really good. The stuff we're coming up with, and we don't rest. It's like rehearsal is 2 times a week, and we've already played all the Heroes of Origin songs over and over and over again. So that's my rehearsal now. It's all new material and new songs, new songs,
right.
new attitude, new move.
Awesome. That's exactly what I wanted to hear. Kind of gathered that from the song titles, but. So.
I'll give you a new one. Super Killer Frag Sadistic Acts Are So Atrocious. It's a new song title for the next album.
Awesome.
See that? So I'm already starting to write thick and twisted fucking shit already, you know.
That sounds like that should be interesting.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's basically, I've already written the lyrics to it. It's about the world, the socialist world powers, the Hitlers, the Gaddafis, the Khomeinis, the people that take power, Mussolini's, and then Milosevic, eventually they fall, and when they fall violently, because one of the lines, one of the verses talks about Gaddafi being paraded around on the hood of a car.
Right.
I mean, so it's kind of twisted.
Awesome.
The shit that I'm coming up with, but very, very heavy metal.
As we've come to expect from you, so.
Exactly. I'm not going to give you anything less. Only heaviness,
Exactly.
I'll be 49 here in 3 weeks, and I think I'm writing more heavier shit than I've ever written in my life.
Yeah, I would say that. I would definitely say that the HATRIOT album's got a lot more aggression than anything you've done before.
Definitely pissed off record for sure. That's why people were always, what'd you compare it to before it came out? I go, well, if you like Temple of the Damned, you're definitely going to like this.
Exactly.
So,
yep.
So, what do you think of the album? What do you think of it?
I thought it was an amazing blend of what I wanted to hear from your vocal style mixed with a heavier version of the music that always acclimates your vocals. My big thing when I listen to metal is that regardless of what style of vocals there are, the music has to kind of blend with it. And a lot of bands have a tendency to play really good music and they have a really good vocalist, but they never mix the two together into a proper sound.
Right.
And you've always been able to do that, and I was pleasantly surprised on this album that it was heavier than I expected, which made it even more interesting to me.
That's great, because I mean the stuff that Costa has already come up with is really, really heavy.
Nice.
We've got one called From My Cold Dead Hands. Obviously, it's about what's going on recently with the gun shit and stuff
right,
like
right.
that. And it's just, oh man, it's an album opener that just kicks fucking ass. And it's just, we just know. It's just the stuff that's kind of mad. If you really like Heroes, man, you're going to dig the next one. The next one is just really going to be, again, what we look at as our Ride the Lightning for sure.
Awesome. Looking forward to that for sure.
Oh yeah, next January, no qualms. Another record within 12 months of each other, 2 albums.
There we go.
So we're not fucking around.
Awesome.
Working.
Well, that sounds good. So, all right.
When court comes up, we're going to take it, but until then, we're just going to keep writing songs.
There we go.
Kind of, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's better than sitting around doing nothing, that's for sure.
Well, that's exactly our thing. You think we would see any band that had, like, such a greatly reviewed debut record that had just come out within a month, which is, wouldn't even think about writing new songs, and I'm like, nope, let's get that. Start. I call it baking the bread. Need to bake the bread, boys.
Yep.
Need to bake the bread for the second loaf.
Exactly. Awesome. All right, well, that was pretty much what we wanted to discuss and talk about. Was there anything else you wanted to say before we signed off?
No problem, man. I just want to thank you guys. Thank you for, for keeping me relevant for the last 29 years almost.
Oh, yeah.
I can promise you this, that you're going to get nothing but fucking killer thrash, killer thrash, which you've expected from me for 30 years. I'm just going to continue. If you like Heroes, welcome to what HATRIOT's going to be all about.
Awesome. All right, well, thanks a lot, man.
Thank you, my friend. Have a great weekend.
You too.